Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest Day 90, everybody. We're going into Day 90 of our Blueprints blind playthrough. Totally blind playthrough for this entire 90 days on the estate. That's pretty incredible, and on we go because there is still so much to do despite how much we've already managed so far. What an incredible freaking 90 days. Really, I just can't. I just can't. This game, man. This game. There we go. We just got our refreshing 20 steps there from having sauna yesterday, which is pretty crazy because we also got the blue memo in sauna yesterday and learned that saunas are common in Kararika, which makes sense. I don't know if there's anything else that'll be important about that information, but that was just cool to know. It's cool to know. It makes me love Kararika even more. What a day we had yesterday, everybody. What a freaking day. We've done a couple of things to set up for today, including the sauna, and we have some mail here as well. Great. So we're starting off with 3 keys today, sleeping mask, including silver key. That is excellent because, it's nice to start with some keys, and silver key is only more and more useful for me. Oh, okay, interesting. I'm starting with so that's actually very convenient. I have actually managed to preserve the key card from finishing yesterday with the moon pendant and the car keys. So once again, I perhaps have the opportunity to draft. Wow, the garage to get the blue memo in there, which again, maybe I have just missed, or maybe indeed it is. It is in. It is in the car in one of the 2 places that need the car keys to access. In the middle of the car or in the back of the car. You know what I mean. All right. Wow. What a freaking exciting day. I have a full directory now. I got a new trophy. I got the directory from having the full. I finally found this one, which I'm now really interested in, experimenting in more ways. Holy hell, what an interesting room. And I know now that somehow I actually can access this red paper crown. I know it's an item that I can pick up. It certainly looked like one, but the security terminal confirmed that for me. And holy hell, I finally seen the security footage. I can't believe it. I can't believe it worked. So what an exciting day yesterday. Let's see what we can make of today. So this is the same selection of rooms, right, that I've had for the last couple of days. I'm finding this very bizarre. Why is it a coincidence, or is there some reason why I'm getting this same selection of rooms? So it's one of those things where I'm like, is this just something kind of, in the same way that maybe we've been getting not last time, but recently we had a spate of getting the same selection of items in the commissary. Is it just something going on, even a little bit of a glitch in sort of, the way the game operates? Or is the game telling me something? It's like, hey, you would really benefit from doing Root Cellar or something. I don't know. Either way, today is my last day to have the Blessing of the Wild Berry. So I'm going to do a wild berry again because all right, a couple of things. First off, I'm just thrilled. I'm so thrilled with the weirdness of being able to get rooms from the mansion in here. I'm still just so I'm a bit obsessed with this. It's so weird, and I don't know what could come of it, if anything, besides treasure trove. Is there any other room where something interesting happens because it's drafted here? I would not be surprised if there was, and I would not be surprised if there wasn't. But nevertheless, I find it so interesting that I can get rooms out here from the mansion. I've also realized pretty much as soon as I finished recording the last episode, the blue memo that we got in the pool mentioned, and, you know, like my brain was a bit frazzled at that stage when I was actually looking at it, but it mentioned that there's only one room on the estate, and it does say estate in particular, where every room in the drafting pool can be drafted. And I didn't realize it while I was recording that episode, but as I said, pretty much basically straight after, I just sort of thought about it because I was interested in this. I turned my mind to it and I went, oh, hang on. It immediately doesn't make any sense that it's anything except here. This must be what they're referring to. It must be the outer rooms, the West Path outer rooms must be the spot. Because in the house itself, it's impossible because there are some rooms that can only be drafted in West Wing and some rooms that can only be drafted on East Wing. Never the twain shall meet unless there's something I don't know, but I don't think so. It's here, right? This must be the spot they're referring to in the pool blue memo. So that's pretty cool. And it a little bit, it could just be a point of interest. It could just be a point of interest. Or it could be further fuel to the fact that there's something interesting in this. And as far as I know, currently I only know 2 ways to go about achieving that. And it's the wildberry power. So let's just do it. This is what I'm going to do. Oh, dining room. Finally something different. Because twice in a row I got the walk-in closet here. And I was wondering if I would keep getting it. Oh, so fascinating. Huh. That's so weird. So we haven't even been in the house yet, and we have dining room. So obviously we won't be, you know, picking these up yet, but I even wonder, I'm just thinking about this now, I wonder if you can get a whole new meal if it's drafted out here by any chance. I don't know, I'm still thinking about that. I still haven't figured it out, but I don't think I've had 10 different meal options in here yet. An external dining room. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I just like to make sure I'm having a look around in case, you know, in case something is different. Are there different items here? You know? So weird. So weird. And you don't get, oh, that's so interesting. You don't, I didn't, all right, it makes sense. It now makes sense to me. I understand. I had noted, but I hadn't thought about it much, that I saw, you know, a blank picture frame in walk-in closet. And I can't remember, but I can imagine I must have gone like, oh, I don't remember seeing this before. I now realize it's where the paired drawings go. And they're blank out here because they're irrelevant out here. As far as I know. They're irrelevant out here. Okay, cool. Cool. Interesting. Excellent. And this means I can pretty much access dining room. Well, you know, I have to leave the mansion, but like in a sense it sort of makes it kind of simple. I don't have to draft it. It's ready out there. I'm very curious to get kitchen now and see what my meal is going to be. You know, just in case it's anything different. Okay, sweet. Let's try drafting in the house. And very, very, very nice, of course, that we're starting with keycard today. So many good things are happening. So many good things. Okay, I think, like, I know, you know, there's an element to this which is like, you know, you're not starting with one of the other West Path powers. I get it. But this is just interesting. You know, it's just very interesting to experiment with. I think tomorrow, because I'm not going to have the berry picker blessing, I will actually go to the trouble of getting, you know, drafting in the mansion, getting redraw die or other redraw abilities, and I'll make sure that I get one of my West Path rooms like Shrine or Tomb so I can do one of my other experiments. But for today, I'm glad that I tried this again. Because, as I said, as far as I know, the berry picker and the monk blessings are the only way to get West Path rooms out here. So that's crazy interesting. Hooray! Hooray! Let's start the day with treasure trove, right? it truly is making good on being a commonplace room. This is excellent. That's it. I say that, and I am just thinking, well, look, as much as I have like key card and I'm starting the day with a couple of keys, I do still need to build up resources. So, you know, I don't really want to go down to one gem right at the beginning if I can help it. I'm actually thinking bedroom closet. Weird as that may sound. Oh, great. Okay. Well, no extra gem, but that's really good. That's really good. Thank you. I don't want me. Yeah, let's see how we go for other keys. Let's keep going. All right. Conference room is actually really, really, really good here. However, you know what? Conference room is good here, but it's only going to get me the same extra exit that lab is going to get me anyway. So there's that. It's a good place for conference room, but lab will get me experiments, and I missed out on experiments recently. So, you know, it will use a gem, but I'm going to do it. I think the benefits of lab are something I want to get, you know, at the start of the day now. All right, I'll have a look around in a sec, but let's get this going. Let's rush into experiments. Okay. Still definitely interested to try removing those other two crates, but it is... And there are multiple benefits to the aquariums, right? Like the fact that aquariums are every room has so many various benefits to it that I still think I've only scratched the surface of. But nevertheless, I think I'm going to go for just to increase the chance of small chests. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do trash while digging. I just think it just tends to be one of the best things. I don't have shovel yet, but fingers crossed we've been pretty good for shovel lately. Okay. Log into network. I am still... So even though we managed to figure out the password to access the security footage yesterday, to be honest, I'm still really weirded out about the fact that the way I was originally figuring it, I really thought Swan Song with the A and the O removed would be a thing. And so I'm still like wondering if it is because of the two notes about the security. I don't know. I still kind of feel like I need to think about that some more, because I feel like the two notes that we found in shelter and attic with the security, with the picture of the security monitors on it, it just seems to me that that's what it's saying to me. Like my original thought was, oh, there's security footage that is sensitive in both archives and office. But now that I've thought about it in this new way, I'm like, no, surely it's telling me Swan Song removed the A and the O, which is also what we see, you know, on the car license plate. So I still don't know what to think about that. Even though I have the solution I was after, I feel like something else is going on with that. So, anyway. Yes. All right. So maybe this is the first of the hints that they're going to give me because I'm taking too long. Randolph, can you see on the network how many upgrade discs Simon has found? I thought it might be helpful to him if he knew how many were still left on the estate. I do know how many, right? According to the last backup I did, I believe there were a total of 16 upgrade discs that we produced for the estate. Yeah. No, I do know that. I've already found that out from the Architectural Digest, right? And I think we just have one left to find. But hang on. There's another one. According to the network records, it looks like Simon has found and used 14 upgrades, which would mean he has 2 left outstanding somewhere on the estate. Cool. So this is really cool. This must be one of the sort of, I imagine some of these messages are sort of like hard-coded and some of them are dynamic. This must be one of the ones that is dynamic. You know, they change the numbers depending on where you're at. I wonder if you get to this point. I wonder if it's possible to get to this point with 0. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not actually possible. I'm not really thinking through it. But I wonder if you'd get a special, a different message from Randolph if you found a 0. If he's like, Simon, so, I don't know what's going on. So apparently, something must be broken. It's saying Simon hasn't found a single one. Cool. Okay, so one of the things, because I have the key card, I think we might as well do security. And just there we go, as expected. The trunk is in the hallway. Yeah. So one of the things I'm keen to do is to, play around with closed exhibit to see, to see how we can get that crown. And my best guess so far is that I need to have either shelter or the Knight's Shield in order to, before I draft it, in order to sort of remove the, the red room cost essentially. And I'm thinking that the red room cost in this circumstance will be will be the security around the red crown. I'm trying to finish this sentence while I'm doing other things. So because I don't have shelter today, that would mean definitely going for when I get my rank 8 chest power, going for armory and hoping to get the shield. The shield seems to be there every time. So yeah, so with that in mind, I'm going to try and hold off on drafting closed exhibit. It seems to be a rare room anyway, so I don't know how often it's even going to come up, but yeah, let's give that a go. Okay. Let's definitely do break room here. I think it'll be the more. I do really need to do gems, so I think I probably do need to draft parlor. I sort of want to keep drafting parlor in other parts of the house to fill up my map, my fireplace symbol map, but I think I just need to get myself some gems. I need the gems. Okay, sorry, just looking at something on my phone. Okay, no modifiers, so we're just doing a simple 20, and then the next one is multiplied by 240. With 40, we're then dividing by 2, dividing by 4, 2.5. No, this can't work out. Hang on, am I missing something? This can't be. Hang on, let me start again. 20. Maybe I've made a mistake. So we're starting with 20. There is then nothing else. There is only multiplied by 2 to get 40. And then it's just these 3. So let's do 40 divided, I don't know if the order matters here. Divided by 5, 8. Divided by 4, maybe order matters here. Divided by 4, 2. Yeah, okay. Order matters here. So maybe it's just a case of trying until it works. And then 1, so it's 2? No, it's not 2. Okay, hang on. 40 divided by 5, 8, divided by 4, 2, divided by 2, 1, silly me. That's a simple mistake. All right, now we're inverting. So 18 plus 5, 23, and then we're doing 3 inversions. So 3 take 1, 2, invert is 2. 2 take 1, 1, invert is a 1. Huh? You can't take me to 0. All right, this is yet again, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I'm not missing anything. 18 plus 5. 23. It's... Why was I don't even know what just happened to my brain in the last few seconds. I may have blanked out. I don't know why I just did what I did. 23. I seem to wipe out 23 from my mind and just start from the 1. Insane. Okay, so 23. 23 minus 1. 22. Invert 22. All right, that's where I needed to get to. Minus 1. 21 inverts to 12. And then 12 minus 1 inverts to... 12 minus 1... 11 invert is still 11. I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm just walking away from this. Okay, nothing I'm missing on the ground. Okay. By the way, I took another look at this to see, like, have I come across this handwriting yet? I may have. It's hard for me to do this completely comprehensively, but from everything that I've collected specifically in my sort of handwriting analysis phone folder, I have not found it. However, just by process of elimination, you know, of the staff members that are listed here, I can only assume it's someone whose handwriting I haven't come across yet. It's quite nice handwriting. I like it a lot. And so I think it either must be Kirk Darren's handwriting or Christoph's handwriting or Randolph Moore's handwriting. And I sort of feel crazy because I have so much stuff from Randolph. So I'm like, surely I have his handwriting. And I may still do. I may be forgetting something. But certainly a lot of the stuff I have from Randolph is typed. So, you know, emails and the letters we get in the mailroom are typed. Yeah, so I'm not sure that I do have his handwriting. I might be just forgetting something. And that's totally possible. But that's where my thinking is there anyway. All right. Commissary these could both be really good. I mean, storeroom as well would give me, you know, like a good, it would get me up get back to 3 gems. I like that very much. Maybe I could live with that, with dead ending this spot. But then again, yeah, if I do commissary, it's going to take me down to 1 gem. It may well have gems for sale in it, but it's just a risk. This could give me a gem, but obviously it's a risk. Maybe just given that I don't want to, like, back myself into a, like, I'll be dead ending here, but it might just be smarter to not get myself into a gem crisis, right? So let's do that. Okay, and now we're in a better position resource-wise. Okay. Sometimes I rush in and out here. Okay, good to check, good to check. Good to check. All right, great. So not bad, not bad. Given that I've got plenty of keys now, we might as well use one here and see what we get. Oh, so good. Yes. Yes. A key to get the lockpick is a very, very good, and hang on, is a very, very good trade. It's still a hobbyist lockpick kit. Okay. Gonna take me more to get above hobbyist. I get it. I understand. I might do entrance hall now. Yeah, because if I can going straight up would actually be ideal, I think. Like, we could also go around the corner, but yeah, I think spare green room here. Spare green room here. Can't see any items there. I'm gonna draft here next. 3 really, really good rooms. All 3 of these work really well here. All 3 of these work really well. It's so good to have conference room near one of my 2 building entries, right? My house entries. But workshop, so good, and definitely gives me something, and commissary obviously gives me many things. These are both really good. I might do conference room just to get the extra exits, because it lets me, again, if I get in a position where I might choose a dead end room, I can sort of do it with a bit of confidence. Okay. I don't think I'm going to do power the rook today, so I don't really mind using the corners. Doing all right for keys. Yeah, maybe let's just do parlor to get the gems. Okay. And while I'm here, let's try this. Oh, so good, so good. Okay, workshop it is. 2 things sending me north. Okay, let's go in here then and get these gems. Hello, parlor. Great. Okay, when I say get these gems, I mean let's hope we get these gems. The empty boxes both have false statements. Okay, so essentially this one is saying there are 2 false statements. One is true, and if it's true, it has the gems in it. If it's true, that is, if you get me. So for the time being, let's say it is true. That would, if this is true, the gems are in here and these 2 are false. So let's see how that works out. The blue box is false. Well, if you are false, then this is, you know, this negates this possibility. It negates this possibility. The blue box is false, the white box is empty. Because they would have to be, you know, like if they were, if we could allow them to be true statements, they'd be fine. But because they have to be false statements, the blue box can't be true and the white box can't have the gems in it if this is the true box. So I think that scenario doesn't work out. I think this one can't be true. Let me just take a second to check my own my own brain function here, my own logic. The empty boxes, if this is true, the empty boxes both have false statements. There has to be 2 false boxes. They have to be false. Therefore, yeah. Yep. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So, therefore, this is nice and simple. Single statements. This has to be false. The empty boxes both have false statements, so it could just be one of the empty boxes has a false statement. Or it could mean both of them are false. The empty boxes both have false statements. Sorry, or it could mean both of them are true. The empty boxes both have true statements. Yeah. So either one. Yep. However, does this mean... It doesn't necessarily mean that the gems are in here. Okay. So if that's false, and in accordance with this statement being false, at least one of these has to be true, and we know that anyway, but it's not necessarily that both of them are true. It could be both are true, or it could be one is true, so I'm not sure. The blue box is false. I guess let's imagine that this is true, and the blue box is false. The white box is empty, so if this is false, the white box has the gems. Let me just have a think. Does this work out? It works out that the empty boxes both have false statements. If the gems are in here, then these are the 2 empty boxes. It doesn't. Because this one is false and this one is false. And this needs to be a false statement. So that scenario doesn't work out. So how about we try this one is still a false box. However, this one is also false, and the blue box is true, which accords with this statement being false. The blue box is actually true. The white box is empty. So this one don't have the gems in it. So we're imagining false, true, false. This one doesn't have the gems in it. And this statement falsified is telling us false. Hang on, I've just written things in a weird way. Yeah, this one is false, false, true. Yep, false, false, true. So this falsified statement is telling us that the empty boxes both have false statements. That's not true. So the empty boxes, at least one of them is true. We know that this one is true. So the white box is an empty box. The empty boxes either have one true or both true. In this scenario, this one is empty, but it is false. So I think that leads us to the conclusion that the other true box, because at least one, according to this, at least one true box has to be empty. So this is the true box. It must therefore be empty. Empty, empty, gems. I think that's what it is. Oh, phew. I wasn't really sure, but I was just following my little logic train there. Whee! Great. Okay. Then, hello, Herbert. I could put treasure trove here. It's only a waste of, and we've got enough gems. It's only a waste of the exit. Does that matter? I can go up from workshop or green room. It might be fine because whatever we draft up, if we were going to put corridor here, for example, whatever we draft up from there, yeah, maybe I'll do that. Let's get treasure trove. Yay! Treasure trove. Okay, interesting. So this is our 20th treasure trove box. I can't believe we're here at 20 of them. And it is a pink water box. Now, the last box told us that the next 4 and we think it's true. The last box told us that the next 4 boxes marked by a moon contain false statements. However, this one is not one of those. Yes, we'll use a key. Haha. Ooh! Now this, okay. This is a handwritten green memo. To be honest, I don't come across too many of these. And I don't think I know what it means yet. I don't think I have solid information on what handwritten green means. However, it says, let's see if we can negate this. Red memos in blue boxes are always true. That's me writing it down if you haven't figured that out yet, just letting you know. Okay, so where do we have blue boxes with red memos? We have quite a lot of blue boxes just in the treasure trove, but I'm looking for, so we have blue with blue, blue with green, I'm just going backwards, blue with blue, blue with green, and a blue box with green, and a blue box with blue. So literally in the treasure trove so far, I haven't gotten a blue box with a red memo. Sorry, I was just fixing, I wrote that memo in a weird way where it actually became confusing because it sort of butted into another memo that I'd written on the page. Okay, red memos and blue boxes are always true, but that we don't have anything from the treasure trove itself to confirm or negate that. However, what if we go to the reservoir? Blue boxes Where are we? Reservoir. I was just looking at my... No, I don't have existing rules about this. If I go straight to looking at what I have in the reservoir. Blue boxes with red memos. Alright, I have a blue box with a green. I have a blue box with a red memo. Okay, well that was... I have one blue box. In the reservoir I have a blue box with water on it. It's probably relevant in this case. It had a red memo in it. That was indeed a lie because it said all of the green memos in the water were true. And that is a lie. That was a confirmed lie. So there is... I suppose I can't draw any firm conclusion from this. It may mean that green memos with handwritten text are lies. I'm just checking other blue boxes. Yeah, I have another blue box that had a red lie in it. Blue, 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 and I have... Where else do I have a blue box? A blue box with green, a blue box... Yeah. So there's at least two there in the reservoir, blue boxes that seem to discount this. But... Okay, but how about the fact that this is... Let me go back a step. How about the fact that this is a pink box with water? Do I have anything from previous boxes telling me about this? Again, I don't think I have green memo. Hang on. Day 17, we had what I think is a true box with a blue memo in it saying green memos in pink boxes are always false. So I do think that seems to... I'm going to put lie with a question mark. So I want to check this a little bit further, but I think from the information we have, this is probably a lie. Tricky. I think this box is trying to be tricky. I will double check that offline, but I think from everything I've looked at so far, yeah. Okay, and this should be like 100. Do I have any reason to hold out for it? I have so much money. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Let's take it now. Let's just take it now. Oh, look at that. 179. Amazing. Amazing. So we have... Oh, God. We have so much money in here now. It's such a good room. Such a good room. Thank you. Thank you, Treasure Trove. I know you have more secrets for me. I still want to try and figure out what the hell those boxes in there are. Hey, I just noticed coupon book. Oh, great. Oh, that's handy to get before I do any big shopping. Ah! That's... I wasn't really expecting coin purse in here. Oh, well. Look, I have so much money. I'm probably not going to need more than that. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. Let me add an H to my workshop letters. By the way, this is the point at which to tell you, this is just a small, it's not even a thing I've figured out. It's just a small thing. Because we were able to get the security footage yesterday, I was looking again at the ones that I rewatched. I didn't rewatch all of the Elzara predictions, and I will actually. I'm really keen to try that again. But I rewatched things like the introduction to the game. I was looking over that again, and I was looking again at the note that I've looked back at many, many, many times that says, you know, like we see a shelf that's got various pictures on it, and one of the pictures is us, one of the pictures is our granduncle, but there's other people there, I don't know who they are. I do wonder if Murray Bowl could be a variant on a Mary name, and maybe it's Mary leading another life with a slightly different name. I don't know. I've also thought, like, maybe this could be Daniel's family, like our father's family, you know, and therefore it has a family that I don't know about. We don't know much about his family yet. And that would explain why there's a picture of me and our granduncle there, because it's Daniel and Mary's family home, right? So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's something like that. Don't know. It's just an idea. However, that's not the thing I was going to say. The thing I was going to say is that I was looking at the note, the Murray Bowl recital invitation, in more detail. It's clearer, and I was able to make out, like, all of the sort of, you know, the numbers and everything that are on it. And here's the thing. It's a bit weird the way that it's written. First off, it says, I don't have the full text in front of me right now, but it effectively says, you know, you're invited to attend this recital. It's on Thursday evening, August 30th, 8 p.m. PM is written in capitals, which, I don't know, it might be a style, but it does strike me as a bit weird and a bit conspicuous, at her home at 403 7th Street. It seems kind of all a little bit bizarre. So I thought, well, there seem to be some standout capitals here. And if I look at the standout capitals, beside the Murray Bowl recital, which is all written in capitals, then I have TEAPMSS. And immediately what I saw in that is that aside from a couple of the letters, you can make steam. And that just struck me because steam is the very first word that I played around with when I was looking at the workshop letters. You know, I've just written out some of the words that you could make with the workshop letters. My very first one is steam. It stands out because those letters are near each other in the order in which they came up in the workshop. So I don't know if that's anything. It's just something I've been thinking about. Like, there's steam in this house. There's steam power. Steam is key to some of, you know, the puzzles. So I don't know if that's anything. It's just something I noticed, so I thought I would mention it. The other thing is that I've put down some of the numbers that you can make from this note. And I suppose in a sense, because it says August 30th, I would say 0830, right? Then it says 8 p.m., 8, important number in the game. And then it says 403, which is the, you know, address number, the street number. And then the name of the street is 7th Street. So in a sense, like, if you take all those opportunities for numbers, you have 0830844037. I don't know what to do with that. Maybe I should, like, something I haven't had time to sit down and do yet is, you know, is there any way that I can use my... Is there any way that I can do the numerical core process with that? I don't know. It's a bit weird. But... And also it might be like I might be adding in numbers that aren't relevant there. Like, do I need to include August as an 8th month and things like that? I don't know. So that's just, it's like the beginning of a maybe kind of sort of thought, you know? Mysterious lavatory. Let's do, Den is actually perfect here. Let's do Den. Oh man, I'm going to be so thrilled if I'm already thrilled that I've found out some little things about lavatory, like being able to dig in, you know, being able to dig. All right, so we're past Sacred Hour now. I can't try out the Sacred Door thing in the, you know, the blue door down underground today, but it's fine. No other items in Den for me. Well, bedroom could give me a trunk or other items, so there's that. Break room will definitely give me some more keys, and I would be happy with some more keys, especially if one of them was secret garden key. So let's do this. All right, so we're modifying yellow. Okay, 10, and then -1, 9. And we are, hang on, how does this work? I'm doing both of them. They're on the same sort of level together, so I'm doing both of them, right? I think that's how it works. So 10, -1, 9, -3, 6. So then it's 6 squared for 36, rounding to the nearest 10, 40, yeah? And then 40 divided by 10, 4. Great. Okay, and now we're inverting the blue, so This is the one I've done several times before, right? I wish I could remember what the outcome is. 15. So 15, invert 51. 51 plus 15 gets us 66, invert 66. And then 66 plus 15, 81. That's right, 18. Cool. I wish I could just remember that one. It's 18. I've seen it many times. Nice. All right, well, more keys is good. More keys is good. Because I could still have a majorly, you know, like a house full of locked doors for whatever cruel reason the game decides to do that to me. I would prefer to set myself up with a different exit if I could. So I'm going to do corridor here. Nice. And yeah, once we get to the 5th rank, we can. I'm just keeping in mind that I can get my Joya lunch. Yeah, why not? Let's go up here. Let's go up here. Well, attic. I've got a lot of other exit possibilities, so actually maybe it's nice to get attic. Yeah. To be honest, I'm not thinking about it too much. I just think there's so much good the attic can deliver. It's especially earlier in the day. Jam, key, broken lever. I love it. Thank you. It's a good setup for massive redrafting ability. And yes, treasure map. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's on. There are. Oh, so it's here. It's here. It's here again in attic. The number of times I've dug in attic. Well, but I don't have. Yeah, I can't do it yet. So we'll keep. All right. So unfortunately, what that means is that I can't choose what room I'm putting, you know, on the treasure map X. But it does mean that we have one waiting for us. Alright, so we might as well do here. Ooh! Alright, a chance for foyer. So I've already tried foyer. Yesterday, I managed to try foyer with my major, like my top theory about what foyer might want to be coupled with. And it was throne room. And it did look great. I loved it. It was, to me, a winning combo. Big fan. However, it didn't do anything that I noticed. So, I don't know, yeah, like I've theorized, are there other conditions for that? I don't know. I guess unless I choose a wild berry, I might as well put foyer here. Nice. However, I've only got one redrawing possibility, so I think I might walk away from this for now. We'll just keep that there. And let's go up from here. And I could kind of just head on up to foundation, I think, at any point. Because the next thing, the problem is I'm not going to, from this position of foyer, I'm not going to be able to try my next best thing, which is master bedroom. But I have other possibilities to try. Okay, this is definitely a good commissary spot, so let's do that. And if I can get shovel here, yes, great. That means we can go and dig our treasure chest, and we can buy up we can buy up all of the gems. I got so much money. Let's get it all. Let's get it all. Gem. Great. A good day for gems. A good day for gems. And the shovel is also important if I'm going to be doing any digging as well. Well, the next... Well, kitchen. Kitchen is also absolutely perfect from here. So yes. Yes. Hey, kitty. Oh, right. Ah, so it's just pizza. And it... Okay, so it's a normal... Alright, it's a normal meal. No, there's no different meal with having dining room in the outer room. Cool. We know. Now we know. We might as well buy up our club sandwich. Yeah, let's get it all. Like, money's no issue. It's certainly not a money thing. Yeah, and maybe I'll leave Do I want morning room in the pool? I don't know. I don't know. I might leave it. I might leave it. Or does it make sense to leave it? No, let's get it. Let's have bacon and eggs. Let's get it. All right, so we've got a good amount of steps for now. That's nice. That's nice. Let's try the next one from here. Okay, these are excellent rooms for this position. I might go drawing room, actually. Cool, and maybe this is a good turnaround point. You know, I've got a few ways of connecting with this second half of the house from here. Cool. Well, I might as well draft in here, and we have the redrafting. Oh, planetarium. Okay, so now one of the things I learned recently is how actually there's much more to this room than I had originally known about, and it's because it requires telescope. However, you know, I don't get telescope very often, and I've already had attic, and it wasn't in there. But, you know, it could happen, so maybe putting this here could be nice. Maybe it's just nice to open up the possibility for this happening. The other interesting one, though, is library, because of the possibility of drafting from library and getting less common rooms. And that, you know, actually that could be good because it could help to open up the possibility for a closed exhibit, which I don't want to do yet anyway. But I might do library, to be honest. And I might just... I don't see any items in there. Oh, you know what? I've got enough steps. Let's just look in. Just look in properly. Okay. Alright, here's the other thing. In the security footage, I believe we see our mother sitting here in the library, reading a book. Caleb, I believe is over here, looking at a book. I don't know if that means anything, like if there's also a book that we should be finding here. Probably not, right? Because I'm sure that I would have, like, found it. But then again, why would I be sure of that? Because I have missed things previously. I don't know. Why would I be sure about that, of all things? I have often missed things. So there's nothing obvious anyway. Like in the security footage, he already has it in his hand as well. It's just that he's standing here, which makes me think he's picked it up from here, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I think what I might do is just literally take a photo of this and see if I can see any differences in the actual books. But then what would I do with that information? I don't know. Alright, I'm going to turn back from here. It doesn't... Actually, it's good to draft from drawing room because we get redrafting. So let's do this last one as well. Okay, yeah, let's redraft so that we're not just going to the same space as the library. Let's redraw. Well... Walk-in closet, it's an opportunity for some good items. Guy's bedroom is an opportunity for some redraws. I'm going to do walk-in closet, actually. Gem, key. Okay. So, kind of ordinary items, but nevertheless, happy to have them. Thank you, walk-in closet. Alright, let's go foundation way. Let's do it. Just hoping I'm not overlooking any other items, so try and look carefully. Cool. I can... You know, we might as well just go and get this treasure chest. Workshop. Into break room and then straight up. Yep, we're here. I don't think, you know, there's no other reason I think for me to come over this side of the house, so let's do it now. And hopefully, because I don't think I'm going to need all of this money, hopefully we get some gems from this as well, which would be super good if study could, you know, see its way. We're digging deep. Money, okay. Still, thank you, and we get 13 coins interest, so extremely moneyed up. For what reason I could possibly need all of this, I don't know. But money no issue. Money no issue today. And I don't have the battery pack, so... Okay. Yeah. So we're pretty good for everything. Except for redraws. Yeah. And the... Yeah, study could really help me out with that. Study could really help me out. Cool, and it's not worth going to the dining room yet. Like, we'd get the steps from the Joya lunch, but we might as well, you know, make sure that we go up to the 8th rank before heading over to there. Cool, alright. So we could even try and get started with blue memo drafting. I don't know, I think I'm gonna not do the north lever just yet. Hey elevator, how you going? Having a nice day? I don't know what a nice day is for an elevator. Do you like having a quiet day to yourself without labor, or do you really enjoy being, you know, like putting yourself to use? Ding ding ding. There we go. We know where our food is waiting for us. Okay, definitely armory. Cool. I'd really like to be able to... The great thing is, yeah, like I can buy up everything in armory once we get it. Okay, this could be a totally perfect spot for a passageway. Totally perfect. Excellent. Many exits here. Let's go. Let's see what we can make. Ah, huh, interesting. Well, I'd like... I'd really like closed exhibit. However, it's interesting that it's drafted near where we drafted it yesterday. I wonder if it is a west wing thing, because even thinking about the museum, it's in the west wing of the museum, isn't it? It's in the west building of the museum. I don't know if from only 2 points of data, I don't have a pattern. However, it's noticeable. It could be a west wing room, maybe, without us knowing. It's much better for me to try and get garage today one space up, so I might do observatory here. Yeah, and hope that we can get garage next. Alright, let's give that a go. Nice. Would really actually like to see the telescope. Ah, hello. Hello, my friend Draxus. Oh no. Given Draxus, it would be... Alright. The best salve for Draxus for me is to be able to get study so that I can redraw. Nice to note that we've got some chests in the entrance hall already. Everything else is great. And in fact, we've got 4 doors more common plus Draxus. So that's sort of how that works out. I don't know. Hopefully they sort of counteract each other a little bit. Yeah, but if Draxus could bring study into being, then that would then help us to overcome, you know, Draxus as an issue. I have already done quite a lot of dead-end rooms today though, so, you know, not too bad. I'm going to draft away from observatory then. In fact, I'm going to do here, because, yeah, I'm a little bit more easy on what goes on this spot. Alright. I'd prefer, if possible, not this one here, and not losing half of my steps. What could secret passage get me though? What could I do with secret passage? Green rooms would always be good for the potential useful items like battery pack. What shop would be useful for me today? Well, showroom, always. Showroom is always useful. I can't use secret passageway to get me study. I think I'm going to try secret passage and go for a gold room. I think there's several that could be useful. Oh, so good. All right, let's go. Because we don't have showroom here, and I don't really want to use a redraw if I can avoid it. Gift shop is fabulous for the exits. It actually really, really is. However, armory. And then... oh, no axe. No axe. Is it... I wonder if the game is purposely making axe rare because it's like, come on, you know, it's too good to be able to get to remove the gem cost from everything. All right, either way. Knight's Shield, excellent. Self-igniting torch, just in case. I don't know what to do with it, but just in case something comes up. All right, and now with Knight's Shield, an ancient Arindian Knight's Shield. An ancient Arindian Knight's Shield. I don't know if there's something more to think about that. Yeah. Okay, so where is the next best drafting situation? It's a bit tough because I don't have any lever possibilities yet. And I've only got the one redraw. I might just try up from observatory. If it's garage, it's garage. You know, if not, no tears. And if it's not a good blue memo room, that's okay as well. I can live with it. Like, it's, you know, we're getting through quite a lot of the blue rooms. There's still a ton to do, but it's, yeah, without redraw possibilities, it's hard to sort of really engineer them. Okay. So I have had both of these. I have had both of these as blue memo rooms. This is the only possibility for garage. Is it important enough to waste the single redraw that I have? I don't know. I'm actually thinking of Wildberry here, since if I sacrifice the garage possibility, it could give me something more useful than any of these, because I suppose none of these are particularly useful, given that, you know, I suspect there's a freaking safe in here, maybe, but I don't know. By the way, I also tried, because the blue memo from the wine cellar told us that the numbers in that year are not to be read as one number, but to be read as individual number. To me, that says safe combo, as I have always thought from very early in the game. However, I considered the possibility that it could be a numerical core thing, because that would also be a way to read them as individual numbers. And as far as I can work out, none of the ways in which you could turn those numbers into a numerical core work. They all result in like negative numbers, and I don't think that's sort of what I'm meant to be getting from numerical cores, and I wouldn't know what to do with it anyway. So I actually, yeah, I'm gonna do a Wildberry here. Let's, you know what? Great. Because, well, there's more money. It's a nice bonus. Now, we definitely haven't seen the Vault blue memo. So actually, this has worked out perfectly. Aha, I see you. Oh, the family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits. The family core? I was just talking about numerical cores. But what is the family what is the family core? And surely if it was a numerical core that they're talking about, that you have to use different give each different color that results in a valid equation that produces the smallest whole number possible. Yeah, the numbers, if you're doing numerical core like equations or processes or whatever I call it, they can't all be sum. Like they can't all be plus. They have to be some combination of plus, minus, divide, and multiplication. Or do they mean core as in sigil cores? But then what on earth does this mean? The family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits. So a family core, I feel like what it's saying to me is a family core has digits, hang on. Alright, I just tried the sum of 1, 2, 1, 3. It's 7. That's our wine cellar, number. What would it, if that could possibly be what it's related to, what could that mean? 7, And here's the other question. Why is this in volt? Like, is it related? You would think if this is in volt, well, one possible way of reading the fact that this is in volt is that this relates to the room itself. However, it may just be, of course, as I always thought, that volt is just, the Vault Blue memo just has a secret in it. You know what I mean? It's the Vault secrets thought of in a generic sort of sense. Well, this certainly feels like an important one, but I don't know how. I mean, and there are many things that are locked in here, but how could I unlock something with a number? How could I unlock something with a number unless it's a safe, a safe with a number, a numeric code? The family core. The family core. Do you mean something in room 46? Obviously, it feels like there's many things for me to unlock in there in some way or another. And family. How else could I think of a number? I mean, one way is thinking of a room that has a number, But, putting a room on a certain spot, I don't know. I'm gonna have to take that one with me and just think, quite frankly. Just think on that one. All right, what's the next? Kind of everything is a little precarious. Yeah, without redraws, every room has this one goes to a blue. This one goes to, a blue memo spot and might also connect me with here. This one, it's important to try and get east and west possibility, because otherwise I get, cut off from these rooms. This one I'd like to open, you know, to keep open the possibility of getting into antechamber and to the, yeah, so sort of difficult. And I have Draxus working against me. However, I also have 4 doors more common working alongside Draxus. So, I don't know. Let's try this one. Okay, all right. Weight room, good. And I could use my Knight's Shield on this one, but then I would not have Knight's Shield for the possibility of closed exhibit. So I'm going to do Rotunda. It's got a big gem cost, but I think it will at least let me, it'll open up some possibilities for me. All right, might as well just go from here and see what we can get. Oh, okay. Great Hall could be really good. I have lockpick. It could give me the lever. Yep, and lots of exits. All right, so we'll do that here. That's actually quite good. That's quite good. Okay. Oh, and I have foyer, so it's all open anyway. I totally forgot. Amazing. All right, so actually, God, foyer is so good. I'm so glad. I am so happy I've been able to make foyer more common. Yes. Making foyer more common makes Great Hall so much more useful and so much easier to deal with. Being able to draft foyer early in the day is excellent. And I'm not even thinking about the other hallways, you know? Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Yes, yes. Many good things, many good things. I'd like to draft from library to get less common floor plans, so we won't draft down here. But we could go along here and even avoid this box. These two I'd like to draft from, you know, the lower half of the house. So let's just try and go along if we can. And again, if I get the possibility for study, then it's sort of over. Okay, it might honestly just be better for me to put guest bedroom here to get some more redraw. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. If I don't get more redraw, I'm gonna I'd like to have some redraw possibilities just to try and make, you know, better use of some kind of position, some kind of drafting position. All right. So, let us try now into the west, and if I get the opportunity for closed exhibit again, if it does turn out to be a west path thing, maybe. Not west path, west wing. If it does turn out to be a west wing thing, this could be good. This could be good. I don't want, just regular key. Regular key. Alright, well, West Wing Hall will at least let me draft further, so let's do that. Yeah, the problem is, like, laundry's so good for many things, but not for redrafting. Okay. Maybe here it is worth either a wild berry or a redraw. Am I gonna use another redraw? Like, I'm kind of holding out for 2 possibilities. One for study and one for even Ladyship's chamber, because I feel like it will have a tendency to have the telescope in it. Not, even though I don't have planetarium, I'm keen to kind of increase my chance of getting that. Maybe wild berry. Let's use the wild berry and just see. Okay, alright, so we can't go further. However, more gems. Ah, finally, sledgehammer. Excellent, because I have some... Yep. I have some things waiting for me. I have some chests waiting for me in the entrance hall. Okay, alright. It might actually be good from this point. I might hold off on these just in case I have the opportunity for... because I could, in the chests, I could imagine finding the battery pack. And if that's the case, I could create jackhammer and then use these for, you know, more gems potentially, redraws, all of that. All right, I like that. I like that. Let's head back to Foundation then. Yeah, unfortunately I can't easily, without wasting these spots, I can't connect with the other side of the house. That's fine. It's fine. Passageway Foundation. Great, great, great. Okay, back down. So the other good thing is we can go into dining room and we can get everything in there, so that'll help with steps. I like that. I like that. And also open up the north lever since we have some kind of access to the antechamber now. So let's do that now. Hello. Arinda, Aries. Core? Family core. Like, by family core do they mean? Do they mean the Arinda Aries core? Because that's what the family, that's the family's, you know, sigil that they're aligned with, right? But then what would it mean that it can be open with a number? What would it mean? What it mean? The family core, Arinda Aries, opened with the sum of its parts. The sum of its, what is the phrasing they use? The sum of its digits? The sum of its digits specifically. So they don't say sum of its parts. They say the sum of its digits. The sum of any digits, whatever they are, is going to be more digits. It's going to be more digits. So what do I do with that? Okay, I actually just had to, I'm in the middle of walking, I just had to have a break for lunch. But I was thinking more about this core thing, this family core thing. And I suppose I've already laid out for you, like, what my, well, I have so many questions about this. So it's hard to get a grip on it right now. You know, the first question is, what do they mean by core? And as far as I can tell, there are two things in this game that I can ascribe the word core to. One is the sigil cores, which are shapes. This is what Realm and Rune says. They are shapes that, you know, mean, like they indicate things. They indicate the place associated with realms, perhaps other things beyond that, you know? This just relates to one of my questions. So is it that, or is it a numeric core, which is, you know, presumably a number, and I don't know what that means. Like, I don't really know what it means because I haven't been able to apply it to anything yet, you know what I mean? I don't know how. I assume a numeric core is, you know, a number that you get to from a series of other numbers, and then what you do with that number, I have no idea. I have no idea. So, but yeah, those are the two things I know that are cores. So then what is the family core? As I said, is it the Arinda Aries core? Because we already know that the family is aligned with that core. That would be the first kind of core as far as I'm aware. Does Arinda Aries also have a numeric core? If it is, why isn't it just by default, you would assume it would be 8 or 64, you know what I mean? That, you know, 46, any of those, like one of those important numbers. Oh, we're going this way. Or, yeah, is it the holly leaf, like the holly berries, because we've literally seen them everywhere and they've already been an important symbol that is on the family shield, for example. That seems like it's a very important way to denote something that a family core would be, right? Like on the family shield. We have literally the holly berry symbol. I might as well go over here. And it's even been a door that we open, you know, so far, like in the grotto. So it could be that. It could also, of course, be the drafting pen logo, which is similar to the holly berry logo anyway. Like they're related. It's just it now includes sort of the mountain. This is also something that seems to be associated with the family. It relates to the mountain, Mount Holly. It relates to drafting. I think I might as well just have dinner. I don't think I'm likely to get furnace today. There we go. Yeah, let's just do it. We're here now. I've got torch. Anything surprisingly for no reason at all suddenly like to be lit in this room? This little shorter candle. You guys? No. Doesn't appear so. Okay. All right. So a nice amount of steps again. Not incredible. Not as good as like the hundreds of steps I've had sort of recently, but pretty decent. Yeah. And then, like, there's what core does it mean? There's what does the family core mean? And then there's like, what does unlocked mean? What am I even unlocking? Am I unlocking a door? Am I unlocking a safe? Am I unlocking a chest? Am I unlocking something else? Right now, I'm doing these ones. Hey, we get the different little symbol there for the morning star. It's interesting because I have the morning star and I have the sledgehammer, but the symbol becomes the morning star. That's pretty cool. Nice redraws I'm very happy with. Excellent. Yeah, and then the fact that it says the sum of digits. So if we are talking about a numeric core, why is it that it's the sum of digits rather than using all 4 of the equation types? I have only so many questions about this now. And I have different questions that, so there's so many ways for me to think about this. Anyway, so we might as well go workshop, create our, there's nothing that's been spread here yet, right? Yeah, make our jackhammer. Oh no, hang on, I was thinking, that's right, I had in my head I might have the battery pack. No, I do not. Is there anything else interesting that I could make? No. Dowsing rod, but I'd be giving up the shovel, which I think is just too good. Okay. Is there anything else to go back to? No. Let's take our 4 redraws and just draft here. Let's see what we get. Because at the very least, if I can get, I don't know, something interesting from Foyer just to continue my Foyer experiments, or maybe the closed exhibit with having the Knight's Shield already, that could be cool. All right, hands, it's me again. What have you got for me? I mean, vestibule could maybe relate to foyer, like they're both hallways. It's kind of an interesting prospect. The whole thing with vestibule is that there's always one door that is locked. However, the whole thing with foyer is that hallway doors are always unlocked, right? And I am sometimes a little bit like, although vestibule wasn't on my list of things to try with foyer, there is something very compelling about it being the ex-antechamber, right? Maybe that still means something. And I'm compelled by the fact that what foyer offers me could be a clue as to what it wants. You know what I mean? It could be that there's more likelihood of the thing it wants being what comes up. So now that I say it, even though my list of things to try from foyer is ever growing, you know, throne room, still maybe with different conditions, master bedroom, which is not going to happen in this spot anyway, office, which have I already drafted? Office, no, it's a possibility. Treasure trove we've already drafted. Tunnel, Casino, clock tower, closed exhibit, great hall, which I've already drafted, cloister. These are what I have on my list already. To be honest, I'm going to add vestibule to it. A hallway to a hallway, it seems weird to me. Doesn't seem like this is what a foyer is for. However, it is the X antechamber, and I'm puzzled by how these things are going to interact. Does it mean that all doors will be open at once? And what would that even mean? They're all regular doors, right? Like, what else is going to appear there? But now I want to try it. Now that I'm faced with this question, I want to try it. All right, so I should just be able to open everything. Yeah, you're not closing again. Open. Now, all right. If I open this, it's going to ruin what I want to do from library. So I'm actually going to leave this experiment for now and come back to it. I don't really want to waste the steps, but if I'm going to do this experiment, how much? What are we talking here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's actually going to be like 20 steps to go there and come back, unless I can go through whatever library puts here. I just, look, this is what I'm here to do, is to try things. So let's see. And I mean, there's nothing else for me to buy in, I could really use Secret Garden. There's nothing else for me to buy in kitchen, is there? I bought it all. I'm feeling the absence of salt shaker, honestly. Yeah, I got it all. I got everything. Drawing room, library. Okay, let's see what we get from here. Like, nothing that I would expect to be different just because you're drafting it from library. I might just try at least one redraw. Okay, good enough. This helps everything else. Study it is. Thank you, study. Always a useful room. And now a very useful room. Had I looked at this previously with... I had. Yeah, because I remember talking about... Yep. Okay. And actually, I think I might have... I think I might have cut my story about this short when I discovered the third page and the final room, right? I think what I was going to say about this that I maybe didn't get around to saying is that I went back and realized that this handwriting is, Caleb's handwriting, is in fact the handwriting that is on the map that we find in the safe house. So on the heist map, basically. So that is not Philip White, that is Caleb. So I'm starting to wonder, like, what has Philip even done? What do I attribute to Philip? It all seems to be Caleb. I don't know. Okay, absolutely brilliant. So this puts our gems to really, really good use. I should just make sure I'm checking up here, just in case. Do you have anything special to tell me? Like, maybe this is the family core. Yeah, upgrade discs 14. Red letters 7. What on earth would this mean? That's what Elzara told me I was going to find. You know, it's interesting. I mean, the Arinda stamp does have 7 on it, doesn't it? Which is 1, 2, 1, 3 summed. Those are our numbers from the wine cellar. if the one seller number was a numeric code, like a numeric core code, I guess, summing them together would bring you to 7. Why on earth would 8 be the number for absolutely everything and then 7 actually be some kind of important number? I don't know. I'm just taking a look at this in case there's anything I noticed that I haven't noticed previously. I mean, I don't know how to use these numbers because they're all like, it's not, this one is 10. It's not even like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one is 12. This one is also 10. This one is 10 and this one is 10. Maybe these are, and this one I think doesn't even have a number on it. Such an aggressive stamp. I always thought this knowledge, and it may still come up, I always thought this knowledge was important. Like the Contessa. Like I have this written down. This power plant in the 5th zone is called the Contessa, for example. I don't know how I'm going to use that. So this one's got 3. And actually feels like it says 3x. 10. 4. And it says 4c. Which I kind of take as like 4 cents. But like maybe it's something else. 12. Nothing. As far as I can see. 5. 10. I don't know. Just noting it down, like most things. Noting it down. Taking note. Seen but not yet quite understood. Okay, all right. So in that case, I can't quickly go back to vestibule, but to get study, it's worth it. It's worth it. That makes other things easier. Oh, whoops, why did I do that? Wasting even more steps. There's nothing else to be had from... Yeah, apart from testing out the vestibule situation, there's nothing else to be had in this part of the house. I have bought everything. All right. Am I going to do this? I guess this is the time. This is the time for trying this, and then I've tried it, and I can check it off if it's nothing. Open. All right, I have to do this again. Open. Open. Okay, I had to pause to let my little kitty pixel out of a door. Oh, there we go. Open. Open. So indeed, foyer beats vestibule. Foyer wins. However, I cannot see anything that has come of it. Maybe this is the family core. What the hell is this? Maybe this is the family core. I'm gonna write it down. What the hell is this? Vestibule. Vestibule simple. Why would it be this? Why would it be this weird? I mean, I suppose you could say in a way it's an 8-pointed star. It's sort of like a 4-pointed star, another 4-pointed star, but then other little, it's sort of like it's either 4 or it's 8 or it's 16. I don't know. It's got 8 sections to it, as many things do. I don't know. I don't know. It's also worth noting that this is a similar patterned floor to the pattern that we see on the blue door underground, which we also see in room 46 and we see in the showroom floor. If it means anything, I don't know, but I note it down. It's in my notebook. And what is this the shape of? If anything, I don't know, a cat that is holding its arms aloft, holding 2 candles, or maybe an arrow pointing downwards. Okay, maybe if nothing else, what I've learned is foyer opens vestibule. Great, thanks foyer. It's an unexpected experiment there. Done. Tried something new. Tried something else. Okay. Now, I don't have the most amazing amount of steps after all of that, but tried. We tried it. We tried it. The mysterious Mount Holly. What secrets do you have for me? What else could be? What? Like, if this family core note, if this vault note, and that's the other thing, does it relate to something in the vault? The only things that are there, as far as I can tell, are things that are unlocked with keys. How could a number unlock something there? I don't know. I don't know. But if, on the face of it, it seems like what it's saying is it is a numeric core, because it's a core that involves digits. It's a core that is made up of digits, in fact, which are summed together to create a way to unlock the family core. So it's as if the family core itself is a thing that you do something to it to unlock itself. Do you know what I mean? It's very confusing. It's very confusing. All right, at least I got some steps from that, but there's another one. There we go. That's my first successful experiment today. Okay, so from here we've done vault. This is done. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's potentially using 8 steps to get the greenhouse dig spots, and I don't know if that's worth it, honestly, because I don't have jackhammer, so they're not going to be gems or redraw die there, but they might be, I don't know, like let's say it's a turnip. I will have used as many steps as I'm going to get from it anyway, so basically. So I think it's just better to continue here. Like, I hate leaving dig spots, because what I'm still really open to is that there might be, sometimes I found vault keys in dig spots. There might still be interesting things to be found in other dig spots, so I like to be able to use them as much as possible. I don't know. I think it's unlikely that I'm going to have Secret Garden today. I could put laundry room here so that if need be, I could convert my keys to gems at some point. Or even I could convert my money. I could convert my money to gems. If I really wanted to make a specific room come up, I could do that. However, I actually don't have any specific plans today, so I don't know how necessary that would be. I could obviously get this to remove the gem cost of the things I'm going to draft. However, there's a limit. Alright, look, it's one thing to go, I could have like 230 gems. However, I'm not going to be able to use 230 gems. I'm not going to be able to use anything close to that, because there's a limit to redrafting in a given spot anyway. But I suppose it could help. I mean, either of these, I don't know which one would be more useful. Alright, let me see. Have I put parlor on this spot? Because I would get gems, but then also get another drafting spot. So let's see if we could make this useful by putting parlor here. I have not drafted it on this spot. So actually, although these are both potentially really super useful, I think I'm going to go parlor. Cool. Grand Uncle, how do you like being next to the antechamber, which we cannot even see, but it's there. But there is no symbol here, no surprise. Interesting. Okay, marked, noted, and hopefully at the very least we can get 3 gems from this. This is not an empty box. Let's say it's true, which means gems are in here. The empty boxes are both false. Okay, so this sounds like it's a similar dynamic to our last one. Okay, hang on. The empty boxes are both false. If this were false, the empty boxes are not both false. Yeah, okay. We don't know. We don't know from just this. And the empty boxes are both true. Okay. Alright. So we know that there are 2 empty boxes. And these 2... This one is saying they're both false and this one is saying they're both true. So these 2 cannot be the same. Alright. Understood. So let's say that this one is true. This is not an empty box. And let's say that this one is also true. And the empty boxes are both false. That would... Well, that doesn't make sense, because if this one is already true, then this one can't be true, because then we only have 1 false box. So I think that doesn't work on its own. Let's say that this one is false. The empty boxes are both false, meaning they're not both false. One of them at least has to be true. This one in this scenario we're saying is not an empty box, so these 2 have to be empty boxes. And so if this one is false, this one has to be true. The empty boxes are both true. Well, it can't be. Because they can't be the same. They can't be the same in this scenario. So that also doesn't work. So it makes me think that this has to be false. So let's say that this is an empty box and it's false. The empty boxes are both false. Let's say that this one is true. The empty boxes are both false. Well, this one is empty and it's false, yes. This one is true. And we're imagining this is true, so by default it would mean this one... I just lost my train of thought there for a second. That's why it trailed off a little. So the empty boxes are both false. This one is true. So it has to mean that this one is also false and it's empty. Meaning... So that works, they all work together, right? This one is false, meaning it is an empty box. This one is also false. So this is the true box. Therefore, meaning it's the one with the gems. So this scenario works out. However, if I consider that this one is false again, but this one is false, let me just see if this works. This is not an empty box, so it's false. It is an empty box. The empty boxes are both false is false. And since this is an empty box and it's false, and this is false, meaning there has to be at least one true empty box, then this has to be true and it has to be empty, meaning the gems would be in here anyway. So I'm going to go with this one. even without following that logic all the way. Okay, great. Okay, yeah. So at least we can do some redrafting here. We can't pick the lock. I'll save the silver key. We don't want to use it here. All right, what can we put here that would be useful? I'd love to do planetarium again now that I know how interesting planetarium is. However, I can't do anything with it without the telescope, as far as I know. I need telescope to do the interesting thing I've just learned about it. So let's do some redrawing. I mean, I could put parlor here and just fill out my parlor map in the corner, but I think it's not as interesting a prospect as I wish it was. So laundry room could still be a good one just to make sure I have enough gems for redrawing on all of the spots. But I'm gonna see what else I can get here. Redraw. Okay. Conservatory's been very good to me lately. I can't really think of what else I would really love here, given I've already got treasure trove out of the way and I've already got study. Conservatory could just be good. You know, something good will come of this. Something good will come of this. Dig spot for 1. More coins. Can't see any other items. Okay. Ooh, hey. So Solarium's already standard. That's actually fine. I don't think I want to make it commonplace, but it's great as standard. Library's unusual. I have, as far as I'm aware, I have less and less to do in library. I've always thought it's very likely there could be something much more interesting to do in library. However, and like, you know, it is nice to have the extra level of rarity in whatever we draft from library, but I don't know if I really want to make it standard. Nook is great. Nook is a great room to get at the beginning. I don't want to change that. So I think the only one that I might want to change is library, and it's just whether it's unusual or standard. But since I don't know what else to do with library right now, I don't know. Change confirmed. That's what it was anyway. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Okay. Turns out nothing I'm changing with conservatory, but that's fine. I'm glad we tried it. I'm glad we got to try it. Okay, definitely no other items. Is there an interesting little hill up here in the corner? Again, this wall. What is this box? I feel like I've never seen anything else like this box. I don't know, I feel like I've never seen anything else like that box. Okay, I'm glad I tried it. I'm glad I tried it even though we didn't change anything. It's always good to get a go at conservatory. Okay, so from here, I only have 2 other ways of drafting. One from here and then one from armory. So in particular, we really need this one to work out. Here, it would be great to get a blue room I haven't had yet. I'm going to leave a special key because that'll be more useful from armory. But I'm getting some good rooms anyway, but they're not... I can't... Without furnace or sauna, I can't do freezer. I just can't. It ruins the whole day. It ruins the whole day. And it's really hard with what I have left to even draft a dead end room from armory. So, yeah, redraw. No blue rooms, so redraw. Nook I don't believe I've had. And you are, although you are a very common room, you are a very, very, you are an odd one, Nook. Why are there 2 security cameras pointed at you, for example? And that point isn't explained by the letters that are needed in the security message, as far as I know. So that makes you kind of interesting. I'm just trying to find where I have Nook written down in my list. Where on earth do I have Nook written down in my list? Oh, there. Okay. Yep, let's do it. It's Nook time. Alright, more keys I probably don't need. Back of chair. In the books. In the lamp. I've learned the lesson from Paul. I must make sure I'm looking upwards as well. But is it in the Nook? There we go. It's in the Nook itself. How can I? There we go. This is very good confirmation. Of course, because this is a rook room. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is actually excellent to get. But what do I take from this? Okay, this is excellent. This is obviously a reference to castling with the king. And we have two king rooms. The rook can perform a special move, which is castling, with another piece, which is the king. I still have the question of whether I do this with rooms and why and how. But I guess I should just follow my logic that, and give it a go. Which so far my logic is, castling occurs on a rank where you have, let's say, office or throne room, one of the rooms that has a king. And then a bit further away you have Nook. And so I guess it would be drafting office and Nook, or not necessarily Nook, one of the other rook rooms maybe. But let's say just office and Nook, for example's sake, I draft them in a certain position on one day, and then the next day try drafting them in the spaces that would be the outcome of castling, where office has moved 2 spaces along and Nook has gone next to it. It's so weird. It doesn't seem like the right way to think about it. But the problem is, even if I think about it in the chess piece underground, to me, you still have to do that by having the rooms in place. Maybe I should just go down and try it in the chess room, though. Just try it on the board and see if something happens. It is literally next to the word castle. I guess it's worth trying if I can get there. Okay, all right. This is really good confirmation that the game is it doesn't have another meaning. It's not saying something necessarily happened to. It's not saying it's not sort of telling us something about Herbert escaping a threat or something like that. It's probably a thing we do. We do castling with these rooms. Okay, very, very useful. Very useful. That gives me that gives me, you know, the steam that I need to know I have to experiment here. I have to try and think through how to consider this. All right, so we're going straight through here to Armory and draft from there. Cool. I do wish I had more gems, but I'm not upset with my choices. I agree with my reasoning. Okay, so we want a blue room here, but one that's going to give us, you know, ideally some other exits. Ideally to both of these places, that'd be great, but we'll see how we go. And so of course this could be the perfect place for silver key. I'm not sure like what's going to be good here though. I mean, this is a perfect room here to put here exit wise, and I could use Knight's Shield to, you know, blah 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 blah, make it fine, but it would just be sacrificing, a blue note. I will redraw. We'll see what else we can come up with. Okay, now Chamber of Mirrors would be great if I could get around any of the other sides. I cannot from this position, so it's not a good one. I could Knight's Shield the weight room, open up the south lever and be able to get into antechamber, get the crown. I would just be sacrificing this spot for a blue note. I'm gonna redraw. I really want to do Chamber of Mirrors, but I literally just can't make it work. Alright, we'll redraw. Alright, if I do Mechanarium, what have I got? I have Workshop. No, not much else, right? So that's it's only those two. No, and laboratory. Okay, I've got workshop, laboratory. The problem is I highly suspect that the blue note I'm after is actually going to need, you know, probably all or at least most of the doors in Mechanarium open. So I think it could be a useless one for finding the blue note. That's the trouble. Maybe it's just worth trying, and if... I really suspect it's going to be behind one of the diagonal doors, you know? What else could I hope for? What of my remaining blue doors will give me what I need? A lot of them are like freezer, mailroom, utility closet. A lot of them are dead ends. Chamber of Mirrors I can't do except under different circumstances. And a lot of the ones that would be good I've already drafted. So drawing room, den, garage I can't do on this spot, walk-in closet dead end, bedroom closet dead end and already drafted. Break room already drafted. In fact, I've already drafted 2 of them. Not sure if I have 3 break rooms. Rotunda already drafted. Storage already drafted and is a dead end. Spare green room I suspect doesn't work anymore, but I'll try it at some point. Classrooms not drafted. It could be okay. Mechanarium might rely on the different doors. Planetarium, dead end. Kennel would be good. Dovecote could be okay. And conference room is already drafted. So to be honest, I don't have a lot. Of things to really try. Given that I actually don't have much faith Mechanarium will have the blue note for me without being able to open more doors, maybe this is the chance to actually just sacrifice a blue node on this spot and try Knight's Shield here. And let's give this a go. This is something I really wanted to try. Okay, so it's opened the security door. That's what you would expect. However, it has not gotten me past this rope. It's done nothing for the rope. What on earth? What on earth could be the thing to do here? It's even in the room with a crown in it now. And these are in Arindian, like, core shapes. Have I looked at this with magnifying glass? Let's just do it. I can't remember. Pharaoh, who the hell are you? Are you related to the... Are you related to that other branch of the family? Yeah, can't see anything here. I've probably already done this. What could it be? What just could be the thing to open this? Like, what contraptions do I have? Like, torch lighting the rope on fire. What do I have that cuts? Or like one of those things, one of those things that's like an extended claw, so you can reach things that are far away. Simon, just step over. Just step over it. Come on. Come on, kiddo. Anyone could do this. I feel like a wolf circling. Except any wolf would be able to get past this rope. I know this is an item I can have. Alright, well, Knight's Shield tried then. The doors in this room are security locked, and of course, yeah, they're not now. Like, they're open. A painstakingly produced accurate reproduction of one of the so-called closed exhibits of the Fennery's Royal Museum. Okay, so they let you know, here's the thing, they let you know it's a painstakingly produced accurate reproduction. So that's a lot of words to be telling us, very much like the real thing. Therefore, what do we know about the real thing? Are the clues to this on the map that we find in the safe house? Where is that map? I'm trying to just recall, like we were able to put together what their sort of timing was, more or less. Hang on, I'm just trying to pull this up. Where do I have this map? Map. Ah, here, okay. So if you look at the real closed exhibit on the map of the Royal Museum that we find in the safe house, you can see, there we go, there's the room. It's got, you know, it's got indeed the 3 security doors exactly like this. It's got other rooms on the side of it. Portico, Learson Gallery. Staff, guardhouse, etc. We can see the way, like where the guards are meant to be. We can see the way that our guys would be, you know, coming through. There's also something nearby, security system controls. There's specifically like a little red... Ah, could that be it? Could this maybe work? Could this maybe work in the same way that the Foundation elevator does? And I need to draft... Maybe if I draft something here that has an exit going here, maybe we can access the security system controls. That could be it. That could be it. That's worth a good old try. Okay, with that said, let's definitely put Electric Eel Aquarium here. That gets us the exits that we need to try some things. Turnip is good. At this stage, I'd really rather prefer gems, because gems will get me redrafting possibilities. Alright, crown will at least help with that as well. Like, family core. This, I mean, the Rogue Moon could be the family core. Something to do with this. The order of these things. If we sum the digits of a numeric core, which is the family core, we'll end up with a number. Probably something like a double, it could be a single digit number, it could be a double digit number. So what do I do with that number then? What do I do with that number? I even thought, like, could the diamond be... It's so silly, but, like, could the diamond be the family core? Because even though it's definitely the core for a nuance, like, there is lots of rooms that have conspicuous diamond patterns in them. I don't know. I don't know. This is a different shape, chandelier to what we see in some other rooms, to what we see in the vestibule. I don't know. Alright. Yeah, let's see if we can test out this theory. We'll try and get another blue note, but yeah, if all I can do is maybe even just experiment with going around the back of the closed exhibit, that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Okay, definitely boudoir. Boudoir gets us redraws. Boudoir actually gets us incredibly useful redraws, because when I have a limit to my gem redraws. Great, and a gem, and a gem. Do any of you want to be lit by my torch? No. Okay. What would I like here? Ideally a blue room that goes around the corner. Oh. Utility closet is something that I need a memo in, but it just won't let me try my experiment. Freezer as well. Exact same problem. Let's keep going. Classroom. Hang on. Classroom? Have I had blue note in classroom? Yeah, I have. It's the flag colors. So we've already tried that one. It would let me try my experiment, but that would be it. That would be it. It would be the end of the day. Maybe we can do better. Kennel would be great because I want the blue note in here. I won't be able to try my closed exhibit experiment. But then I would be able to do some more drafting, and I don't know what I could hope from that. What do I have available? Which is a room I haven't gotten a blue note in, but it is a corner room. And it is available. Honestly, not Dovecote. Dovecote might be like the only one. Unless I have another break room available. It might only be Dovecote. Yeah. So many of the other things I've actually got to like purposely stop like den, drawing room, conference room. I've got to stop drafting them early in the day. Maybe let's have a little try for Dovecote, but it's not a very common room, so I don't know. We might just not be able to get. We might not be able to fulfill these conditions. Trophy room I already tried, yeah? Yeah, trophy room was one of my first ones. Pool we've done. Maybe pool, at least we'd be sacrificing the blue memo thing. However, I'd be able to try the closed exhibit thing and then just do a couple more bits of drafting. But what would I do with a couple more bits of drafting? What am I shooting for? I don't even know. Unless it's like a tomorrow room to help out with tomorrow. I don't think it's, I don't think it's huge. Could be showroom. Yeah, get the moon pendant. That could be helpful. Let's just see how we go. Hang on, here's another thing I could do. Have I had parlor on this spot? That might just make it slightly useful. Slightly useful for my weird parlor thing. No, I haven't had it on this spot. All right, so we've already had the note in parlor, but at least this will let me try two things. And weirdly, the spot below here, south of parlor here, has had the symbol appear. So that's extremely bizarre to me. Let's give it a go. Is the blue note going to be... There it is! Huh. That is so strange. That is so strange to me. Again, I'm totally well aware that this could all be nothing. It could just be some weird rendering thing I don't understand. That's fine. But do me the respect of letting me have my fun with this, because it is a very compelling mystery to me and I'm enjoying following it along. If it turns out to be nothing, I'm not going to be heartbroken, honestly. I'm going to have enjoyed all the time I've spent wondering about this and mapping it. All right, so cool, extremely interesting. Now the other, that's very validating. That's very validating. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. And it's interesting that we're doing this in the exact opposite part of the house, east-west wise to foundation. So, exhibit security system. Hang on. Reveal tripwire. Lower barrier. Reset alarm system. Oh my god, I'm kind of nervous because I don't really know what to do here. Okay, that's all right. So we can go and take a look at that. That must be the rope barrier. That's it. Would the rope barrier make that sound? Reset alarm system. Would that reset these two? Oh! What the hell? Hang on a freaking second. Why is this even here? Because, like, I've walked through this... Oh, it's just in this section. Oh my god. Do you mean I have to walk through here? And what's going to happen if I... Hang on. What's going to happen if I walk through here and hit something? What on earth is going to be the... Okay. Alright, and the barrier is indeed gone. So, great. What if I reset the alarm system? Because to me, reset alarm system means turn alarm back on. Oh my god. I might have ruined this. Ah. Are you kidding me? Is... Hang on. Is it giving me 10 seconds to run around here? I have enough steps. I have enough steps. Let me do this first. Let me just go and look at it as it is. I mean, is there a way in here? No, there's no way. There's no way in here, surely. Like, could I fit in here? That's crazy. What game has this become? I don't even know, like, what size I am. I don't think I can get in here, certainly height-wise. Like, maybe I could go in here? No way. But how could this ever be quicker? All right, let's see if we can run around here. How far away can I be from this? Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, so even my counting was off. That's certainly possible, but that's freaking tight. That's freaking tight. What am I going to do with this crown even, if I get it? Oh, well, look, it's the end of the day anyway. Let's give it a try. This is nerve-wracking. Go, 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 go. Simon, run, run, run. Run. Hug the corners. Hug the corners. Oh, we got it. 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 I didn't even think it picked up. Oh my god, I've got paper crown. A familiar red paper crown. If there is not a red room among the first 3 floor plans you draw while drafting, you may redraw floor plans. Oh. Also useful for rehearsing museum burglary. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Do you mean that's used? Is this sort of just a sort of a little jokey allusion to, you know, like the fact that the crown is here? The crown is a part of rehearsing museum burglary. So maybe it's just that. It's just saying, haha, that's what it's here for in this room, in the closed exhibit. Is it saying, here's the other thing, is it saying familiar to me, the player, because I see it on the title screen? It is very familiar to me. I see it every time I open this game up. I've seen it 90 plus times. Or is it familiar to Simon? It might be familiar to Simon because, well, the Red Prince in the book wears this. Have we seen Simon wearing this or having this crown in the cutscene when we enter room 46? Maybe. Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe so. So maybe it's familiar. It's definitely familiar to us. Maybe it's also familiar to Simon. A familiar red paper crown. So this could even literally be the paper crown that Simon had in his childhood, and Mary, you know, used it for rehearsal. But otherwise, interesting. If there is not a red room among the first 3 floor plans you draw, while drafting, you may redraw floor plans. I wonder, because I'm not going to have a chance to try this out. I have no other drafting possibilities. I wonder if that means... I wonder if that means I only get it... I can only use this once? Or will it be like permanent redraws under these conditions? I'm expecting just once. But why would I... But hang on. If it is just once, why would I go to all of this trouble? Like, that makes it as useful as a dice. You know, as one die. So maybe it is... Maybe it lets you redraw once per drafting opportunity. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I guess that's super cool. I'm glad I figured out. I'm so satisfied I figured out that like the back of the room thing. That's really good. Great. Great. Okay, but I can't think of anything else I could possibly do with this. And we don't even have the possibility to draft throne room to see if the throne room enjoys this red paper crown. Probably not, right? But, you know, just a thing to try. All right. Well, since my day is over anyway, I can't think of anything else to try that I haven't already done. Obviously, I would like to end in break room. I can't draft showroom for myself to try and get, you know, anything, to try and get moon pendant or anything like that. I'm honestly like, let's just see what happens when we... Oh, and then it's shut up. That's pretty cool. Okay, I was expecting something loud and scary to happen. At least I can get a close look at the pillow now. Oh, we can go around the back. Okay, so in that case, let me test this out. If I do make a mistake like that, does resetting... Yeah, okay. All right, so it gives you tries. It gives you tries, and then we can... Reset successful. Okay. And we can raise the barrier if we want to put things back where they were. Maybe if we want to hide our crimes. Okay, all right. So even if you trip the wire, it's not scary and terrifying, and you can reset it. You know, it takes steps, but you can reset it. Okay, all right, we understand. And I can close this if I don't want to look at it anymore. If I don't want to acknowledge my crimes. Excellent. How'd you like that, Uncle? How'd you like that? Wow, what a weird thing to see in this room. Cool. Super cool. Okay, well, the best thing that I can think of doing, I could try sleeping in the dining room in the outer room. I don't think it's going to do anything. So I'm thinking let's just end the day in break room as usual. Yeah, I can't think of another room that occurs to me to try. So down to armory and around. Secret passage. Oh, amazing. I'm so glad I figured out closed exhibit, because now I don't have to do all kinds of other experiments with it. That's excellent. Done. That was so interesting. So that's also really cool, because it means I know at least one thing that I've been able to do with that information that we see on the map in Safe House. So that, I was kind of like, look, there's a lot of things, we've learned a lot of things through this map, like the timing, about the people involved. There's loads of information there about different rooms and parts of the museum, and about these security controls. That always did stand out to me as being one of the most important things, but I obviously, without having, solved this much earlier in the game, I just had nothing. I had nothing to try. I was thinking, is it worth going to see the blue door? But like, if I do that, yeah, I think we can make it. I'm just gonna. Oh no, I don't think we can. No, because I've got to get the microchips. Forget it. I don't think anything will have happened. the birds are up because it's so early in the morning. Okay, great. I've got a chest here with some keys. Nice. Just a good way to finish off the day. And then we're heading up just past lab. I don't even know if I checked this room properly. Probably a big cupcake waiting for me. All right, break room. Lovely to see you again. My new bedroom. Excellent. I'm going to call that a big mission success. I've only just gotten closed exhibit, and I feel like I've figured out its major thing. There might be more to it than that, but I feel like I've figured out the kind of the core puzzle in closed exhibit. And now I've been able to check this new item, this whole new item that I never even knew about, and kind of understand how it works, more or less, theoretically. Now we have to get it again and try it practically. But that's super cool. That's another item that lets me redraw in an interesting way. That is super interesting. Okay. And although I didn't get very many blue notes today, the two that I did get are really interesting. They give me a lot to think about for future episodes. So we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, as always. And guys, I will see you in the next one.